Hello, dear fans, friends, subscribers. This is your host Ram with you on the Cricket Happening show today. And today it's all about Ireland repeating history as they did in the 2011 World Cup when Ireland actually caused the biggest upset of the tournament, as you would remember in the 2011 World Cup when Ireland, chasing England's 329 in Bangalore, hunted it down successfully with Kevin O'Brien smashing the fastest century in a World Cup at that particular time. And you would, if you know O'Brien's fastest century in the 2000, as you would all remember. Well, so as I said, it was a similar story. Ireland hunted down 328 done by England. Even made a fantastic century, but on a pitch which was very easy to bat on. I thought Ireland did a marvelous job, and as I said, history repeated itself. And Kevin O'Brien, incidentally, was the one who hit the winning runs in this particular match. So I'll be talking about this game, and also, definitely full credit to the two centurions, the captain and the vice captain of Ireland, Andy Balbirnie with 112, and Peter Sterling with 141. If at all you want to go and get onto my tweets, I did tweet on the particular match, but 9.4 overs, 74 runs to get for Ireland. I tweeted the end to have a look at it. Go to my Twitter page, which is Ram574, and have a look at my tweets and let me know if you like it. Join me as a Twitter follower, and it is something which I've also put on Cricket Reddit, where I've said that I've posted it on Twitter. So you can always go to Twitter and you can just imagine yourself being in the game when you read those tweets of mine. Well, dear fans and subscribers, now let's talk about the game. But also, the other thing that I would like to talk about on this particular cricket show is the first test match, which is coming up tomorrow at Manchester in Old Trafford. It's Pakistan versus England. I will do a small, very brief preview of that particular test match, which is coming. The Irish bowlers have to be given credit that on this pitch they could, probably one would reckon that the England were playing with a 328, Ireland 329 for 3. They won the match with one ball to spare. So England, let's talk about England. So talking about the England, if you look at the England card there, the going was very tough for them. Jason Roy has made it a habit of getting out in the first over. Jason Roy was out for one. Bairstow failed. He was clean bowled by Dare with the ball with an absolute nip back. He was bowled by Dare for 4. Vince continued his poor run. One was expecting probably Liam Livingstone to come in place of Vince, but it was not to be. And Vince once again failed. And I think it's absolute curtains for Vince as far as his one-day career is concerned, because he's basically a one-day player because he's a very attractive stroke maker. But I'm sure he has disappointed a lot of his fans. So James Vince, I think he has to really go back, really work on his game, put some brilliant performances in the coming, the English county season, which is underway, as we all know, due to COVID-19, it has been delayed. So if at all he could put up some performances and knock on the door back. He has definitely got wicket with the ball, but that is not. He's basically a batsman, and he's supposed to perform as a batsman. And after that, so that was 3 wickets were down pretty quickly for Ireland. The score read 44 for 3 at that time, and that 4 for 3 at that time, and that was the time the England captain Morgan walked out, and Morgan taking the Ireland attack by the scruff of the neck, slamming 106 of just 84 deliveries, 15 fours and 4 sixes. It was a big partnership, which basically yielded 146 runs to the good, 6 fours and 1 6 included in that effort. And then suddenly they were, because they lost 2 quick wickets in the form of Moeen Ali to the bowling of Camphor for 1, and then David Willey, as he has been doing, he has been showing his wonderful prowess as an all-rounder. Hit 51 of 42 deliveries, 3 fours and 3 sixes. And then They lost wickets. Adil Rashid was run out. Mahmood was out for 12, leaving Tom Curran and Tom Curran to get some runs at the end, which he did. And that was the precise reason England managed to reach 8, and it was an identical score, as we all remember. Now look at the bowling card here. Young, 10 overs, 1 minute, 3 for 53, bowled superbly. I thought Adair was good in patches, 7 overs, 1 for 45, but he took the important wicket of Barstow, who could do a lot of damage, as we all know. Josh Little, the left-arm seamer, 8.5 overs, no minute, 262, stuck to his task. Camphor, once again among the wickets, 10 overs, 1 minute, 268. Andy McBride, the spinner, 8 overs, 161. He was the most costliest. And Delaney, 6 overs, 1 for 29. Josh Little really had some real taste of some very, very, I would say, long sixes at that by Morgan when Josh Little, the left-arm seamer, was bowling. Now, Ireland, well, they were chasing 328, as I said, it was a similar score. And, history repeated itself. Sterling and Delaney opened the innings. Delaney was sent. It was the time for the captain and the vice captain, as you would be if you had actually read my Twitter page. I very clearly said, if at all in the final ODI, Ireland have to salvage something, then the captain and the vice captain. Into the Twitter page of mine and read my tweets where I exactly mentioned, go to Cricket Reddit, and it fell at 50 in the 9th over. And after that, Peter Sterling was superb. I mean, it was absolutely due that Peter Sterling and Andy Balbirnie had to get amongst the runs. And that's what precisely, he's a very good onside player. He likes to convert the balls even on the offside or on the onside. He's pretty adept at that. And he's a good driver of the ball too. Sterling is more about, he combines very good strokes. I would say combines class with lots of hard hit strokes as well. He has, if you look at his bat speed, the ball really goes at a grinding speed, one could say, Peter Sterling. So he was magnificent. He just went on with his work. At the other end, Andy Balbirnie, the captain, Andy Balbirnie was absolutely alive to the task, and Andy Balbirnie slowly constructed an innings beautifully. But they were trying to put the pressure on the Englishmen as far as the fielding was concerned. They're playing some good strokes. Balbirnie, another beautiful player, dozen sixes and 9 boundaries in a knock of 142. Balbirnie's contribution, his 6th ODI century, has been doing a great job. Andy Balbirnie, the Irish captain, 113 of 112 deliveries, which included 12 boundaries. Superb with his batting, his pulling, his driving. Absolutely, you talk about it. Sterling also hit some 2 beautiful sixes. He sent Saqib Mahmood over testing to see, and what a partnership! They really put in a lot of headaches to the team. Unfortunately, Morgan, the English captain, could not take the field, and Moeen Ali was the one who was leading the side. From 50, it was 200, and they had done the job. And one was thinking that Sterling and Balbirnie to be with a score on 264 in the 42nd over. It was the end of Paul's. They had 70 odd runs still to get. So to 70 odd runs, but as you know, Kevin O'Brien, the hero, was in the locker, and then with 9 runs, with the run rate going to 9 runs per over, O'Brien came out. As you know, Kevin O'Brien was the hero of the 2011 World Cup, and there was a young and talented Harry Tector to give him company. Harry Tector played some very crisp cover drives, and he carried on, and both kept on going and kept the Ireland innings alive. And they were very conscious and determined in their effort. And finally, it was there for all to see as 50 runs were put by this pair in pretty quick time. And that was the precise reason Ireland could, history could repeat itself as Ireland hunted the total of England of 328 to win the match by 7 wickets. A very young and talented youngster, not out on 29 of 26 deliveries, 3 boundaries. Kevin O'Brien, not out 21, brought out the winning hit incidentally of 15 deliveries, 1-4 and 1-6. And I think this Irish team promises a lot in the future, according to me. They have one of the boldest captains Ireland has, Andy Balbirnie. He had the Tector, and then he brought in Camphor, who was an absolute gold, according to me. Tucker is another one. We didn't see much of him, Tucker, but I think even the body problems as well. Josh Little is a wonderful talent, everybody. And it was sad that there was no crowd, we all know, due to COVID-19. But I'm sure everybody would have enjoyed this particular game from the comfort of their drawing rooms, looking at the television sets. Looking at the bowling figures here, Willie, again, 10 overs, no made and 1 for 70. He was a bit costly there. Mahmood got a bit of a clatter, 9.5 overs, no made and none for 58. Tom Curran, 10 overs, none for 67. I thought he still bowled well. The bowling, probably the bowling figures is not the one which really reflect the exact bowling that Tom Curran did there. I thought he had a lot of change of pace in his bowls. Moeen Ali, 7 overs, no maiden. Sterling was playing the spinners. I think Andy Balbirnie is a very, very good player of spin bowling. And that is good. Even Sterling too. But what I liked about them is that the way they use spinners when they had their Moeen Ali and Adil Rashid was bowling to pick up the googly and sweep it, it was really very good to see. There's a lot of promise for the future, and let me tell you, in the World League, as far as the one-day internationals are concerned, they're proud about it. And as I said, they already salvaged something as far as this ODI. Now, let's get on to the next thing which is coming up, and that is tomorrow. We are probably another, I reckon, another 8 to 9 hours away from the start of the first test match between England and Pakistan, which is going to happen at Manchester in Old Trafford. And I'm just going to do a very brief preview of this particular game which is coming up. Basically, whenever Pakistan, whenever they come to England, they have had a good record against England in England. For as far as England are concerned, England are definitely. I thought they would have been a bit dented. Their morale would have been